Good morning. Well, maybe. It's raining like crazy out. At least I don't have to work outside today. It's the 17th of December, 2019. And today is going to be more of a work log more than a specific job. I squeezed a guy in this morning for a drywall repair of the ceiling. I was there like 3 weeks ago and cut the ceiling open because there was some moist spots in the drywall. Turns out he had PEX plumbing, a big group of PEX piping that was wire tied together, running through the ceiling, coming from the water manifold. And there was leaks coming from several different directions. And I didn't have time because he only scheduled me for a couple hours. So he ended up opting to just call his plumber and have his plumber come out and take care of it. Probably a good thing because it turned into a 4-day project. Apparently there was leaks and wrong types of connections used throughout most of the manifold. Anyway, long story short, and cutting to the chase here, we're going back today and I'm going to patch the original hole that I cut, and I also have to re-caulk his tub, shower upstairs. Hopefully he didn't use it. I told him not to use a shower one day before, because what a lot of people will do is they'll use the shower and then you're trying to crawl around in there and it's wet and it just makes a mess. So we're on our way to Home Depot first. I just want to pick up some almond caulking, and then we'll head to that first job. The second job's going to be just installing a doorbell, which might just be as simple as a battery operated doorbell or one that wireless type. And then the third job is going to be installing, or replacing rather, a pedestal sink. And pedestal sinks are kind of a pain in the neck because there's not a whole lot of room to work around them. And this particular pedestal sink is in a very cramped bathroom. This is a house, I put a floor in the kitchen for them, and I built a new set of stairs in the basement for them. So now we're going back and doing the pedestal sink. So I'll try to get you as many shots as I possibly can. It's a rainy day and everything's inside, which is a great thing. And I picked up the drywall yesterday so I wouldn't have to load it into the van, so I knew we were supposed to be getting some precipitation. So without any further delay, I'm going to roll my intro and we'll be at the first job. Go ahead and make sure you measure your opening in 3 locations for both the length and the width. Keep track of the largest of those 3 numbers, and that's what you're going to cut your patch to.
Should this house settle more, I don't want the PEX plumbing and the ceiling to ever come in contact with the sharp end of this screw. So I'm going to put a piece of drywall over the screw, and that should prevent it from happening. Now all I'm doing is taking these scrap pieces of drywall, putting them up into the cavity, and pushing them down onto the screw while supporting the screw from the underside. Drywall's soft enough that it pushes right onto the screw, and it doesn't let the screw stick out because the screw is going through the drywall of the ceiling, the timber, and then deadheading into the scrap piece of drywall. Now ultimately shorter screws would have been a better solution, however I don't have any in the truck, so I have to make do with what I have. Take note of the word no with the line between it. That represents an area that I do not want to put a fastener in because the pipes are hanging low in that area. You can leave yourself notes on the ceiling of where to place your fasteners and where not to, and it's probably a great idea. Take notice this arrow is pointing at a piece of styrofoam. That styrofoam is protecting that PEX plumbing from being damaged again due to that metal splice plate. Apparently when the original plumber plumbed this house, he must have pulled on the PEX piping, and when he did, it came really close to that splice plate, and then when the house settled, it cut into it, causing one of the leaks.
So I apologize, but I will not be able to show you the doorbell installation. As it turns out, the client was pretty much right around me the entire time I was working in her house and right outside the door. So because of that, I do not record out of respect. So I'm going to transition this into the third job of the day. Not sure which one it is. Might be this yellow house here. Yeah, it's this yellow house. And we got to go around back and take a look at the back side of the house. Oh, swampy ground. Oh, that's what I thought. We got water leaking in there. Says he thinks that water is leaking in that window, but I highly doubt that. More than likely that's probably something to do with the roof, based on the fact that wow, this ground is sloppy, soaking wet. I don't think rain's coming in the top of that window. Rain isn't even getting to it. Maybe one of these lower windows. But definitely not that top window. Pretty decent backyard for Morrisville, Pennsylvania. Look at these other windows. You can see that they used some kind of steel flashing because it's all rusty. And these windows here, these quite possibly could be leaking if anything rusted through. I gotta find out if that leaks at the top of the window or the bottom of the window. If it's the bottom of the window, that's possible. But if it's the top of the window leaking, then that's probably not possible. Gate's locked. They all got the same kind of flashing on it, all the windows, front and back. Front and back alike. That's 468. That's right. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to head it back to the shop, and I want to get rid of the drywall that's in the truck, pick up my plumbing equipment. I keep some in the truck, but I don't keep all of it in the truck, and I want to get ready for the next job, which is installing a pedestal, replacing a pedestal sink. Now, this client is a DIYer that does a lot of the work themselves. They usually call me for the things that they don't know how to tackle, like putting in a laminate floor in their kitchen, building new stairs going into the basement, and now the pedestal sink, which, if you know anything about pedestal sinks, they're usually a pain in the neck. This is a rental unit for them, and they're just trying to revamp it, make it look nice again. It's a little outdated, or was. They've painted all the walls, they've redone some of the flooring, changed out some doors, fixed the windows. and updated the bathroom a little bit. They had a bath fitter come in, I think, and put in a shower, and now I'm going to go in and do the pedestal sink. I did bid on the shower job, but they wanted bath fitter because bath fitter would give them a 10-year warranty. So I can understand that. Anyway, off to the shop, and then we're off to that next job in Bristol, and I'll try to get you some shots of that too. Do me a favor and let me know down in the comments if you like work logs like this, where you see where I go throughout the day and maybe what I do. Let me know if it's something that's, you know, entertaining enough, or if you want to see more work logs. I know a lot of handymen and home remodelers, when they have days that are broken up into tiny little things like this, whether it be estimates or little jobs, a lot of them do create a work log, a video work log, and I've watched a few of them. If you want to see more videos like that, let me know. Or if you like the more specific videos that, you know, lean towards, you know, how to do A, B, and C, or how to do C, D, and E, how to install a window, how to install a door, you know, things like that. If you're interested in more of a specific job-oriented video, let me know that in the comments too, and I'll try to provide the kind of content that you're interested in. If there's anything that I'm not doing that you think might make the videos more entertaining or, you know, more enjoyable to watch, then you let me know that too in the comments, and as long as it's not insane, I might consider it. So off to the shop, and then off to the fourth customer of the day, which is in Bristol Borough, Pennsylvania. Bristol Borough is the neighboring town to Bristol. The borough meaning it's a little bit more crowded. It has houses that are closer together, and some of them are actually row homes. But we're going to go there next, and I'll see you in a few seconds. I'm going to transition into that now. Okay, so here we are. We're in Bristol Borough, and right after this stop sign, the home we'll be working in is on the right. Now, we were going to be installing, or replacing rather, a pedestal sink. However, after I got in here and realized just how tight everything was going to be, I made a suggestion that maybe it would be better to move the sink to the opposite side of the room. So this building on the right with the 3 white columns showing, the brick building, is actually a 2-owner building. The left side of the building is owned by one person, the right side is owned by another. We are working on the right side. The bottom floor is where I put the new cellar stairs in, as well as the new kitchen laminate flooring. However, we're going to be working upstairs today, and instead of replacing the pedestal sink, we're going to rip out shelving, take out the vanity, and prepare for moving the drain as well as the water supply over to the right side of the wall. Now, we don't get to the water supply in this video, but the video following this one will definitely have that in there. So this is the start of that project. Let's get inside. Okay, welcome inside. So you see, when you're sitting on the toilet, you can actually brush your teeth or wash your hands at the same time. These shelves here is the shelving that we're going to take out. It's kind of an eyesore. It's just thrown together. And we're going to take that vanity out and move that vanity from where it's at here, this way, over to where the shelving is. That should open the whole corner up. Despite what you may see on television, nobody uses sledgehammers to remove things anymore. You have to take it apart. Somebody assembled the shelving, you disassemble it. That's the only smart way to get rid of something. To prevent additional damage to the wall, place a piece of scrap wood on it. Use the claw of the hammer behind what you want to remove and pry against that piece of timber that you're holding there. It works on the same principle as a load-bearing wall. All of your house pushes down on that load-bearing wall, and the weight of the house goes across the top plate of your wall and down to each individual stud, carrying it to the foundation. So by putting that piece of wood there and prying, even if you're prying in the middle of that wood, it's putting the load and the pressure across the entire surface of that piece of wood, and it prevents the wall from getting damaged. Now that eyesore of a makeshift cabinet has been removed, we're going to pull out the vanity and wait till you see what we find under there. Okay, so that vanity is not going to stay there. It's going to be a different vanity over in this corner. But this is just to give you an idea of what kind of room there is in this corner. So when you come into the bathroom, you'll walk past the vanity and have room in front of the toilet to actually sit down and take care of business. So what I'm doing now is putting the trap from the sink back together. If you don't have a trap with water in it, then sewer gas will come out into the living quarters. And I don't want any of the workers here or the owners of this place that are in here painting and stuff to have to deal with it. So I'll just take some drinking water and I'll just fill a trap full of it, and that'll prevent the sewer gases from escaping into the air. You might be thinking I'm trying to show you the messy floor, but what I'm trying to show you is that this is pegboard over a void. So there's nothing under this area of pegboard. It's just a piece of pegboard on the floor. And it's not a very sound piece of material to use as flooring. Now with the vanity on top of it, it didn't make that much of a difference because nobody would be putting pressure on that floor. But we're going to have to take care of this, and when we build the box around the plumbing, we're going to have to take care of making sure that this part of the floor is sturdy.
How's that for a work log? We went there to take out I thought we were replacing a pedestal sink. The first floor has a pedestal sink in it, and that's where all the work was being done. I guess they finished it. The woman upstairs moved to the first floor because it's all new, and now they're doing a partial renovation of the second floor. That small little bathroom, if you're sitting on the toilet, your knees would pretty much hit the cabinet that was there. So they wanted to put the pedestal sink in there. Well, even if it would have worked out, where the drains would have worked out and everything, the floor is so messed up in that area. Somebody used pegboard to patch the hole in the floor that you couldn't have sat a pedestal sink on top of it. It would have been too weak. So what we're going to end up doing is, well, you saw I took the cabinet out of there. That was my suggestion. I said, let's take the cabinet out, let's move the drain in the water to the other side, we'll box it in, and there'll be like a little box along the wall that has the water and the drain in it, and we'll move the vanity over to where that cabinet was. They liked the idea, so a simple, not that it's real simple, it's just a pain in the butt, but a simple replacement of a pedestal sink turned into a half bath remodel. We're not doing anything with the shower, even though the clawfoot tub is nice and everything, but the whole wraparound shower curtain's kind of a pain in the neck. They're leaving that, they're leaving the toilet, and we're just working on that one side of the room. But It's a little hokey over there. Some of the wall was built out further than the rest of it, so my suggestion was leave it the way it is, put a tile backsplash on the wall, and we'll put a transition between the tile backsplash and the drywall, and it should look just fine. So tomorrow, I gotta go back there at 10 o'clock. The wife won't be there, the husband will be. I don't know if I'm gonna get to work and record, but I'm definitely gonna take you along just in case. So if you enjoyed this work log, I'm gonna continue it, and I'll do tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I'm only scheduled for a couple hours. However, I probably could move some things around or even come back. I have a client after them tomorrow that is literally 2 blocks away, so I might go do that job and then come back to this one, depending on how it's going. And then the following day, the van goes in for scheduled service, you know, tune up and all that stuff, oil change. So I'm actually taking the day off. So I appreciate you watching this. Please let me know in the comments if this is something you're interested in, the work logs, and if it's not, that's fine. I want to know either way. This way I know whether or not I should continue making videos about one topic, or if you like the randomness of going and visiting different people's houses. So anyway, an update on the house we went to look at to give an estimate with the window, the yellow house. I text them, let them know that I can't guarantee that the leak is coming from the windows, but that's definitely where I would start. It's the cheapest fix to start out with, and if you find out that it fixed it, hoorah. If you find out that it didn't, well then it's time to explore more costly remedies. He's going to talk to his wife, see if she wants to do it, and that'll be in the future if it does. I can't do it while it's raining anyway. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you liked the video, and like I said, leave me a comment, and if you subscribe and hit that little bell, you know the whole routine. If you subscribe and hit the bell, next time I upload a video, you'll be one of the first to know. So thanks, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.